Hi, I'm Jason Davalos. I'm a University Legacy Scholar here at PDC, and I'm also enrolled in our world-renowned nursing program. As a student of nursing, I appreciate the role that OLLI plays in the health and life of our PDC campus. I first got to know our OLLI members when I participated in an intergenerational forum, which was hosted by OLLI here at PDC, and was facilitated by CSU professor Lacey Kendall.
We invited older OLLI members and our younger university students to engage in a heartfelt conversation about their perceptions of each generation and themselves.
Amongst my generation, there's a typical joke, and it's the boomer joke. That, boomers don't know anything.
We've joked, as like you have jokes about boomers, we've joked about Facebook and how we have real friends.
From stereotypes to mutual appreciation, going to school online.
The Boomers Meet Gen Z forum, and that is my favorite. And that was followed by a radio documentary that was carried on 2 different stations.
The forum really opened my eyes to what the 2 generations had in common, which is a starting point for our Sages and Seekers program, which is a weekly course and conversation between OLLI members and CSU students, one-on-one.
Wait, we're only watching the skies, hoping for the best.
At the very end of the program, we would get to see all the kids again, okay, all the seekers, for just like a minute and a half or 2 minutes. And just instinctively, because, from my research background, I ended up asking each kid the same question. I didn't realize, like, hi Lou, what was the highlight of the program for you? The first time I did it, 4 out of 8, 50% of half of those kids said, almost using the identical language, having someone to talk to once a week. I just got the chills.
Well, I did really look forward to Tuesdays because I knew that this was going to be a time. Like, this is an opportunity for me to get an insight that no one else really gets to have unless you have older people in your life. And most of the time when you're with your grandparents, you're not asking them. I mean, it's great if you are, but most people are not asking their grandparents the questions that we had the opportunity to ask.
And sometimes it's like we're talking with family, you can't discuss like everything sometimes because how they are and stuff. So it's just nice to talk to someone who's not going to be judgmental.
I was so impressed with this program and so important that my husband and I chose to fund next year's program.
We students have an open invitation to OLLI academic events, including a conversation on the rise of Black Power here on the West Coast. Our PDC history students learned a lot from this conversation.
It's a pride and, really
sort of like owning your own destiny.
Owning your own destiny, owning, your own sense of identity.
OLLI's worked very closely with the Palm Desert Campus History Club on events. So we've had a lot of collaboration that's, again, been valuable to the students, and they've gotten a lot out of talks. And being able to help kind of participate and plan and advertise those things as well is a good experience for them. And then also getting to make contacts and meet people in the local communities has been great too.
OLLI Travel takes members to educational locations across the world. When the group traveled to Washington, D.C., they took 3 students with them, free of charge. One of them was Tiffany.
Stand there where Martin Luther King stood for his I Have a Dream speech. It's different from just reading it or seeing it on TV, but the feeling is different, and I feel like I have a new respect even for Gettysburg.
You can see why we fell in love with her. I mean, anyone with that kind of personality and attitude, willingness to learn and willingness to be a part of what we're trying to accomplish.
I'm forever blessed by it because not only was I was able to experience this with such enriching people, and that's a memory I'm gonna have forever.
Just as long, stand by as you stand by me. Just as long as you stand by me.
In Conversation, the OLLI podcast brings students and members together. Take a listen to this episode called Now and Then, comparing 2024 to 1964.
I was actually ashamed to even wear my uniform.
And that's like taking the brunt of the whole political processes and had nothing to do with you.
No.
Very observant, Amanda. And notice how it took us 40 years to build the Vietnam War Memorial.
The Ollie podcast also featured a conversation from our university president, Tomas Morales.
I think Ollie is just a very special program. I mean, I had an opportunity a couple of years ago with Robert Nava. You know, he arranged for us to go up to San Francisco and meet the primary foundation that supports the Ollie program. And they actually think that we have a model program. They were very impressed.
Here at the Student Health Center, kinesiology professor Dr. Sarah Dunn has created an Aging Well course with CSU students and Ollie members.
In my aging class, my students will meet one-on-one with Ollie members for a 3-week period to talk about health and wellness with them. I partnered with the Ollie program, and I've partnered in the past with them and been really successful in allowing my students to interact with the Ollie members for that intergenerational experience. If you actually look at the evidence, there is published research studies out there to show that these intergenerational experiences improve self-efficacy, not just for the older adult, for the student as well. Students to have a very unique experience here on the Palm Desert campus. And so if we don't have an Ollie program on the Palm Desert campus, our students are missing out.
Ollie provides not only a vibrant pulse to our campus, but also a vital heartbeat to its members.
Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the sky.
It's exhilarating.
A whole nother level of socialization. It's not just over a glass of wine or a cup of coffee. It's over an idea, a subject, a thought.
Friendly environment of intellectual stimulation.
From environmental issues to art.
Economics, physics, which I would never have taken in college.
I wanna be forever young.
It's enjoyable to be back on campus among the young people.
I wanna be forever young.
The way is, my head is still in the game and I want it to be. That's what's important to me.
The thought of this program not continuing is heartbreaking to me.
I miss it. My heart is breaking at the thought that it won't be here. And the office is always open. Angela and Lydia were so generous in looking after a young lady who was a seeker. They gave her a little home. They bought her a birthday cake. They're in study. She found a real connection there.
A student here who doesn't have a postgraduate education in life